Hi, friends. Welcome to La Femme en Bleu. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. I really do appreciate you. I want to talk about what oh, recent events, really. I never knew from day to day what's going to transpire. But anyway, today's Tuesday, and I didn't discover until yesterday midday that on Sunday, my ex had emailed my attorney and CC'd me, of course, about he still feels that I'm being spiteful about 2 days last year that my son didn't get a chance to spend with him. So he had to write to my attorney that I have not been in compliance with the order. That's not what it is, you guys, to be honest. What happened was I was trying to negotiate a way to make the 2 days happen over a weekend. And because of the fact that he's constantly looking for me to support him financially, my legal fees have been increasing because every time my attorney responds to him or has to represent me, naturally, I have to pay him. So when I looked at all my expenses, I said to myself, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to squeeze in an extra visit um, to fly out to bring my son to visit him. So then I told him, listen, maybe we could negotiate the extra 2 days over a period of time during the summer. And of course, he says he can't do it because of his work schedule. Okay, I get that, but it's not the end of the world. If we can't do it over the summer, then we can kind of see if we could do it another time. But he's insisting, and I'm like, listen, I'm just going to stop responding to those petty emails because at the end of the day, I don't want to be impacted mentally, emotionally, physically, because then I'm not going to be able to be of good help to my son. Because if these things start impacting me, and they do, I just try to work around these issues to be in the best state of mind. But I just don't understand why he seems to think that I'm being spiteful. I've never been that kind of individual to begin with. But it's almost as if, and my attorney said this best, he said, he's going to make your life a living hell every time he gets a chance to. And so I guess that makes him happy to constantly poke, constantly emailing my attorney, constantly making me feel as if I'm in the wrong. It's just unbelievable. I don't get it, you guys. I don't understand the whole process. I really don't. So, anyway, the email was a long email, needless to say, because he likes to prolong stuff in writing as well as in life, make things impossible. So, the last part of the email he mentioned to my attorney, he said, please advise your client, and this is not word for word, to stop sending my son with snacks because I'm well capable of providing for his dietary needs. Seriously? Seriously? That's something incriminating to have to write to an attorney to suggest that I stop sending our son with snacks? He has favorite things that he likes. As a mom, I'm always going to be sending snacks with him. Why would that even be an issue? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why is it an issue that I am sending my son with snacks that he likes? When you pick him up, he might be hungry or he might feel homesick. Those are comforting things that a mom should always think about. Yeah, I might send him with his favorite blanket, his favorite shirt, favorite sweatshirt. Why is that an issue? Unbelievable. So last night was a tough night for my son. Apparently, there's a little boy named Michael in his class. And the little boy was saying that he is sad because he doesn't have a grandfather because his grandfather passed. And he told me the story as if his grandfather was involved in the military and he passed. And of course, he was thinking about him because of Memorial Day that's coming up. And so he said the little boy was sad and his eyes were red and it looked like he was about to cry. And so my son said I was trying to comfort him, but then my eyes became red too and I felt sad because I don't have a daddy. That's how he phrased that. His words, not mine. And then he said, well, I don't have a daddy who lives with me. And he said he shared that with the little boy, and they looked at each other, and their eyes were red, and they both kind of felt teary-eyed. But in a way, they were comforting each other, saying, it's going to be okay, you know. And so he was able to relate to this little boy because he said he felt the same way because he doesn't have a father who lives with him. And so, believe it or not, you guys, that was a floodgate that opened up. He cried. He wailed. He really did. He just kept on crying, and I didn't even know. I didn't know how to comfort him, you know. I stroked his hair. I was just kept on comforting him. I had his head on my lap. And I said, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do, buddy, because your father doesn't live with us. I mean, of course, I didn't stress the point that, of course, his father has remarried, and he knows that, but I don't think he fully understands it because he kept on saying, I want you to live with daddy. I just want mommy and daddy to live together. I want you to live together. He just kept on pressing that. He kept on pressing that point. He wants mommy and daddy to live together. It really hurts. It hurts that I can't help him emotionally. And of course, naturally, I've been saying I want to get a counselor. I want him to get a counselor to go see a psychiatrist. But with all these emails that my ex-husband, keeps on sending, every piece of mail that my attorney reads, I have to pay him. And I just have these unplanned legal fees. And it's just, it needs to come to a stop because I'm not able to provide fully for my son's needs. So eventually, I guess he fell asleep because I was in his room. And of course, after a while, I felt drained mentally. And I must have passed out. And by the time I woke up, or I noticed he was asleep. But please, I just need this to stop. I've been praying faithfully. This past Sunday, we went to church together. And I'm just trying to figure out how to care for him, really. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And without putting an end to these legal fees, it's just a little bit challenging. All right. Excuse me. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Thanks for letting me share. Thanks for listening. If you have any positive comments, please feel free to leave them. Until next time, friends. Thanks for listening to La Femme Bleue.